Before I get into this video, I just wanted to say thanks to my family and to the few friends out there that have supported me through this crazy time in my life. Regardless of what's happened, the few that have stuck by me and just given me the space and the equality and listened, and the respect. I'm really grateful for you. And I know it's hard for everybody out there at the moment with COVID. But yeah, I feel like it's pretty important for me to keep my vlog going through this ridiculous time in my life, especially when there's so many people out there going through a lot of shit that's worse. And this seems to be the only way I can communicate with some people out there, unfortunately. So thanks, Mum and Dad. If it weren't for you guys and my guardian angel on my shoulder, I'd be fucked. So this is my Psychward experiences. Thanks for watching. Psychward, COVID-19. Fucking cooked it. Day one.
Never mentioned nephews.
Really? No, he sure mentioned you. He said you were the greatest.
I did? Huh.
So we wanted to ask you,
This is day 3 in the Psychward. Yeah, definitely still cooked it. It's kind of nice to just take some time away from all the people that doubt me and what I thought was my circle of friends. I went out of a relationship that I think I made too many excuses for. Someone who definitely loved me for parts of me, but wanted to ignore other parts of me. And anyway, when someone tries to make you into a mold of what they want, it can really be detrimental to your mental health. And a lot of other people out there as well can get the wrong idea of you if you let them. And because of that, a few friends that thought they knew me, and because they weren't listening to me and actually looking and reading between the lines, they never really knew me, unfortunately. So the Psychward's the best place for me, away from everyone, reconnecting with my spiritual side and the boy part of me. All I can really do in here is focus on myself for once, which is what I needed, and nobody wanted to give me the space. Everybody wanted to mother me and, you know, make sure that I was eating and make sure that I was doing this and make sure that I was doing that, and I've never needed that in my life. I've always had someone on my shoulder guiding me. And people get weirded out because they look at me as this little like emo girl that is helpless and needs everyone's help. But really, when I'm not going through a breakup and my life isn't in shambles, I'm actually quite capable. And all I really needed over the last few months was someone to sit down, maybe listen to me a little bit, and then give me the space and the time to rebuild myself. And the main thing I needed was no judgment. And there's still judgment out there, even between friends, thinking that, oh, she must be fucked. And yeah, like, I was a bit fucked, but the best way for me to get through it is to do me. Not to be, you know, pushing my stuff aside for other friends, or worrying about if I'm upsetting someone, or being too loud, or being too aggressive, or any of the above. I don't even really know who I'm talking to anymore. It's just been that many circumstances. But comes back to equality and respect. And surprisingly enough, I feel much more relaxed here in this psych ward than I did in any of those other places where people were constantly worrying about, oh, is she doing this? Is she doing that? Was just too close to the ex, and I know for a fact he went through my car more than once. He was stalking. That's stalking. Like, you don't rock up at someone's house and just because their car's unlocked, go through their car. So I defended him a lot, and I'm not gonna air out anything that was behind closed doors. But that's one thing that I think people need to know, that you shouldn't be doing that. I don't know if we can just say his name anymore, because he twisted everything about me. He turned me into this, like, he saw me at a weak point, and he knew I just wanted a friend, and he just pushed and pushed, and then it became sexual, and then it became a relationship. You know, it's almost like the way it started wasn't very healthy, and then it got less healthy from then on. I'm grateful for everything that he did in a way, but I'm ungrateful for the fact that he knew that I just wanted a friend, and his intent just pushed and pushed and pushed. But we're done now. You can't hurt me anymore. I'm in a safe place with my guardian angel, and that's all that matters. And yeah, it comes back to, do you really care about a person as an equal and what they want, or do you care about what you want out of them or how they make you feel? And that's how I feel about him. He doesn't really care about what other people really want. He just wants what he wants. And for the friends that got caught up in it, it's not their fault. He's the one that twisted everything. He's the one that made me look like a weak, pathetic piece of shit that needed a time frame on everything and needed everything planned out, when really, when you're going through trauma, one step at a time is fine. And I had a lot more trauma than before him would even begin to imagine. And he never sat down and listened to me. It was always talk, just like everybody these days. So I think the little messages on those bottles, on the iced coffee bottles, are pretty fucking valid. Like, don't just talk to people. Ask them, are you okay? Because if you look in my room and look at some of the art that I do, even the stuff that I did 10 years ago, there were signs. There were signs that even then that I was coping with thoughts of self-harm and suicide. I never did it. That's how I let it out. But if any of those friends had looked at them over the last few months, then maybe they would have realized that I just needed some space to do that, to let my shit out in the art. But anyway, here we are now. Better the more people leave me alone. And we'll be getting back to creating soon. In a safe place. Definitely getting back into tattooing again once ISO is over, and I'll still be doing expos eventually, and I'll be back into music mostly. So yeah.